The phenomenal AJ Styles was on Inside the Ropes this week, talking all about his WWE career. And it was in this clip that he was asked about what it's like working for Triple H now compared to working for Vince McMahon previously. And this question, seemingly no big deal. The answer from AJ Styles kind of caught me by surprise. Check out this clip.
Obviously, Triple H is a guy that you respect and admired, and I think it's fair to say he played a big role in bringing you to the company, right? At once upon a time. What's it like to not only have him again and him be healthy, which of course is number one, but two, being able to work closely with him again?
Well, it's only been what 2-3
2
weeks.
weeks. Yeah.
So I haven't really had that opportunity to really, sit down with him and chat it up with him because at this point, you're just so busy in that position, and it's hard to find time. It's different for sure because it's not Vince, and I had a great relationship with Vince. It's not bad or anything. I'm very optimistic about how everything is going. It's just different. I never thought there'd be a time where I wouldn't work for Vince. And so I'm just getting used to it, just like everyone else. Again, it's not a bad thing. It's probably a great thing. It's just different.
Yeah, AJ's response to this really kind of surprised me because he seemed to kind of tiptoe around it, right? He was beating around the bush a little. He was hesitant. Is there an issue with Triple H that we don't know about? I believe it was Triple H that was responsible for bringing AJ into the WWE, at least at first, and even responsible for getting him on the main roster to start with and not in NXT, which, if you remember, at that time, everybody came up through NXT first. Didn't matter who you were. But AJ Styles was able to bypass that and go straight to the main roster, as he should, because he is a main roster talent. He's not a developmental talent by any stretch, And this just really kind of surprised me because he seemed to be a little apprehensive about how to answer this, because he apparently built a really good bond, a really good relationship with Vince McMahon. And, he's talked about this before that, has a good communication with Vince McMahon, a good rapport with Vince. He has a good understanding with Vince McMahon of what Vince expects from him, what Vince sees in AJ Styles, and AJ came in wanting to be the best wrestler in the company, and Vince, famously had said, AJ's told the story a number of times where Vince said, I have a bunch of wrestlers on the roster that can wrestle and do what you're doing. I need my pit bull, I need a feisty little pit bull and a scrappy little underdog guy, and AJ's like, okay, I get that. And ever since, he's delivered that for Vince, and it's come out in his character, and it's been a very good, AJ's been used, in my opinion, phenomenally well, pun intended, in the WWE. He's had a couple runs as WWE champion now at this point. He's had a run as the US champion. I think he's had the Intercontinental title, I'm not sure, or tag team champion, I believe he's had too. Multiple great high-level, high-profile WrestleMania matches, a good run against John Cena on top. AJ Styles really was used great. Even now, he's an older guy being used to get some of the younger talent over now, get Omos over, working with Omos, having an AJ Styles in his corner to tell him what to do, what not to do. All that shit's great. And AJ, even in this interview, the guy interviewing AJ said that he wants another world title run out of AJ, and I do too. I think we all respect AJ to the level and appreciate his ability as a top guy. And I do think he certainly has the ability to have another world title run in him. But AJ appreciates even just being in the way that he's being used now to get other people over. Like, he's very happy with his spot. He talked about, he was asked about the possibility of going to AEW because he has friends over there. And when that opportunity came up, and AJ seems to be pretty clear that he's happy in WWE, or at least was under Vince. You know, the way he described this whole situation is that him and Vince had a good relationship, and he had a good understanding of what Vince wanted from him and how he wanted to use AJ. And now with Triple H, maybe that's not the case so much. Maybe they don't have as much communication. Maybe Triple H has different ideas for AJ, and AJ feels a little unsure about his place now. I'm not exactly sure what's going on there. You know, it wasn't said outright. Just you could tell in just the way that AJ answered the question was kind of hemming and hawing about it a little bit, and he just, you could tell he was trying to be delicate with how he answered that, and he couldn't just straight out say, "Oh yeah, Triple H is great," and he did say, you know, it's good, and he's sure it'll be fine, but it's different. You know, is what he kept coming back to. It's just different. How is it different? What's different about it? And could that change the way that AJ looks at his time in WWE? Maybe it'll get better. Maybe Triple H will recognize that AJ Styles is, you know, a phenomenal champion to have, and we'll give him that run again at the top of the card, which, you know, you can plug AJ into any spot on the card at any time. You want him to be your champion, he can be your champion. You want him to just be a guy to have a feud with your champion and end up putting your champion over in the end, he's that guy. If you want to stick him in a tag team and have him go on a good tag team run, or you want to put him with just one of the younger guys and help him kind of build that guy up and kind of coach him along, or you want to use AJ to put over younger guys, any role that you want to stick AJ in, he can develop. You know, he's at the highest of levels of any professional wrestling performer. And I just think, you know, I hope AJ and Triple H can get along. I hope AJ continues to be happy with his role in WWE, but if not, you know, fuck, I'd love to see him jump on over to AEW and work with those guys too. But, you know, maybe this is a big nothing burger. Maybe I'm reading too much into this, and there's nothing really here to report. It just seemed odd the way that he answered that question, and that just, you know, piqued my interest, and I wanted to kind of dive into that a little bit more and see if there's anything under the hood there. See if there's anything to explore between AJ now having to work directly with Triple H instead of Vince McMahon, who he seemed to be so fond of. So go ahead and check out that interview. I have linked it if you're watching this clip, or even if you're watching the full episode on YouTube, it'll be linked in the descriptions below, as well as on the podcast feed in the description. So go check out that interview.
Oh yeah, thanks for checking out the video. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like it if you liked it. Yeah, and you can check out full episodes each and every Sunday right here on the channel. Oh yeah, dig it.